So we're going to do things a little differently tonight because I don't know if anybody here watches the channel Monstrosities. Probably easily in the top 3 Tokusatsu and Godzilla channels on YouTube. He recently released a video yesterday where he tagged a couple Godzilla YouTubers and he to answer 5 questions that he brought up. So I figured, why not answer those questions here with you guys in the stream? Let me show you the questions that we got. So these are the 5 questions that our friends at Monstrosities presented to me and a few other Godzilla YouTubers. Never heard of him? If anybody here hasn't watched Monstrosities, I highly recommend that channel. In my opinion, way better than my channel, especially in terms of production values, but that's just me. I was watching this channel way before I started a YouTube channel myself. So these are the 5 questions that he asked. So as we play the game tonight, I'm just going to put the questions up at the top. I'm going to answer them myself, and you guys can contribute to it. Okay, so the first question is, what kaiju film have you revisited and learned to love? So I'm going to say one that's kind of obvious. And that's All Monsters Attack / Godzilla's Revenge. Now, love, I would say, is probably a strong word, because it's not a movie that I would probably revisit all that often. And indeed, I haven't watched it again since I watched it to review it over a year ago. But I think, like everybody, we understand more of what it was trying to do. I was like every other Godzilla fan. When I was a kid, I was like, this movie sucks. It's the worst Godzilla movie ever made, easily. But, you know, as I've gotten older and I more understand what Ishiro Honda was going for and the cultural, context surrounding the movie, I appreciate it a lot more. And I think a lot of fans are seeing it in that same way as well. So I wouldn't say I love it. I mean, I gave it 2 stars. So it's not like I am like all of a sudden praising it and think it's like the greatest Godzilla movie ever made. But it's a high 2-star. It's a very solid 2-star. Also, it's nice to watch the Japanese version because in the English dub, Ishiro is way more annoying. As far as another like kaiju film that I ever visited and learned to love, I don't know if this is quite as extreme, but I guess I would say that with Godzilla vs. Megalon as well. Not that I never hated that movie, but never. But I think I like it more than I used to just because it's so silly. Okay, so the second question from Monstrosities was the best Toho Tokusatsu film that isn't a kaiju film. Now, admittedly, I haven't seen that many non-kaiju Tokusatsu films. Not just from Toho, but in general. So my answer to this is going to be probably pretty basic. I'm going to say Matango. The mushroom body horror movie from Ishiro Honda. Like, that's a genuinely good Japanese horror movie. It's not flawless, it's got its problems, but for the most part, it's pretty dang good. It's got good performances, a creepy atmosphere. I'd highly recommend it to anybody who hasn't seen it. Maybe I'd also say Atragon. I know that has a kaiju in it, but it's not really a kaiju movie. Manda's barely in it. It's more about the ship and the whole invasion plotline. Everybody's got to have an answer for this one. Favorite non-Japanese giant monster? And I know there's only one answer to this question. The first person to get it in the chat wins. King Kong, solid choice. That's one of mine as well. Cloverfield monster. You know, I didn't think about that one. That one's a pretty good one. Yes, Jingle Krangle's got the right answer. You win. The giant claw. That is the only right answer. In all seriousness, though, favorite non-Japanese giant monster is probably either the Redosaurus from Beast from 20,000 Fathoms or the Ymir from 20 Million Miles to Earth. The Redosaurus because it's just iconic. I mean, it's pretty much the proto-Godzilla. And then the Ymir, I just have a fondness for that design. I even did when I was a kid. I just remember thinking like, that's a cool looking monster. This one's a very easy one. Godzilla singular point, are you of the Excite? For me, that is an unequivocal yes. For obvious reasons. If you read the last stream, we went over it pretty thoroughly, I think. So what's everyone's opinions on Godzilla vs. Kong, huh? This one's pretty easy. Yeah, of course I'm looking forward to it, but the gas in that's, you know, towards my excitement for the film has been pretty much depleted because we haven't been getting anything for, well, forever, basically. So until we actually get something of substance, it's kind of gonna sit in the back burner of my mind.
It didn't do shit, sir!